everybody. Good morning. Mestre coming to you here from Tokyo, Japan. Capoeira Academy. Beautiful day, and I just wanted to say one thing. It's never too late. You hear me? It's never too late. And what do I mean by this? So, of course, I know still in a lot of places around the world, there's a lot of people suffering from the COVID-19 pandemic. We're going on our 1-year anniversary of this. Can you believe that? Here I am saying our 1-year anniversary on COVID-19. People are saying, there's all sorts of opinions being thrown out there. And what I tend to do is I tend to read the newspaper and listen to people who are capable and know what they're talking about. I listen to doctors, not politicians, but people in charge of the policy for this, and I want to know what's going on. I'm not saying that I trust everything everybody says. What I'm saying is it's better to listen to doctors and to policymakers versus when they interview people on the street. So, what do I mean by it's never too late? Well, fortunately for me and most of Japan, we've been able to keep the COVID-19 under somewhat of a control. It's not like in the United States or Brazil or anywhere else. So I consider myself very fortunate. My academia is open. Everyone's taking precautions. We all wear masks, doing the best possible. Most of Japan, people are wearing masks. I always say that in the videos. But what I mean by it's never too late is that first I'm going to give you guys, since it's a 1-year anniversary almost, I'm going to give you guys general overview of how my Corona pandemic has been. Okay, I want to say, I can't remember exactly the dates, but I want to say early March, we went into what we called stay home here because the government asked us to stay home and we did our best. So what did I do? Instantly, I remembered that my students are kind of like a marriage. My academia is a marriage. For better or for worse. Think about that. For better or for worse. So this whole pandemic would be the for worse. And how have you been during this pandemic? For better or for worse? I know some people are having financial difficulties, and a lot of stuff that I'm seeing on the internet about how I can't afford to take my family on a trip, or I can't afford to drive my car around. Look, can't understand, grew up poor. We never had a car. We were standing in the food lines my whole life until I was 15, 16, where I was able to move out and do my own thing. So, can't relate, can't understand. Sorry. I'm not saying that it's not valuable to each person or feels different for each person. For me, I'm just only talking about my experience. So, I instantly organized online classes, right? Fortunately, the year before, in 2018, I reorganized my academia, where students pay a higher monthly fee, but I include a lot more into it. And that was before the pandemic, because I was doing a lot running around, trying to organize and collecting for like bachizado, for this and that. Now it's all included, so it's really easy for me. It was a good move and a lucky move that I did that. So we went online. Because my academia was open 6 days a week, I still did that, but online. I started doing from 4 to 4:30. I did English class for my Japanese students online with about 20 kids. I did 30 minutes of percussion, and then I did an hour capoeira class. I'm paid by monthly fees from students for kids. So being online for 2 hours, 5 hours doesn't change. Physically, mentally, we did that for 2 months. And it was so demanding and so, really, honestly, it just drained me. 2 months online was very difficult. Now, I'm talking about 2 months online, 2 hours a day with prepared curriculum, right? I had prepared basically 30 minutes a day of English language curriculum for 20 kids. I had to get, things ready, and it took a long time. So this is something that the parents really valued. Then, after that, we were able to reopen our academia. Few kids. I was doing the broadcast of class for another month online, so kids could train at home. Then things started to calm down, and I guess we kind of learned to live with the whole COVID for the kids class. I reopened the academia. Guys, it wasn't an easy choice. My wife and I were terrified. All my students were worried, but we did our best to keep our hopes up and our positivity going. Then, what did I do outside of those 2 hours a day and preparation for those classes? I also had to work at the restaurant. We were closing early, and nighttime was super dead. Daytime was just making takeout. So besides working at the restaurant, let's say another 6 to 8 hours a day plus what I was doing here for the first 3 months, I got down, sat in my chair, and really started to think how I can improve what I do as a capoeira instructor. Such as, what are my plans for the future? A chance for introspection on a personal level for myself to see what kind of person I am and how I'm growing and how I can change and be a better leader, a better Mestre. And finally, during the last 3 months, we've had a boom. We've been blowing up with capoeira students coming in, especially small kids. And I think it's more because we have an understanding that here, Corona has been infecting, and actually severe cases and people dying of Corona in Japan reportedly are this much, while people are starting to feel depression and mental anguish this much. So for us here, something that's really important is just to actually have the good energy and people out doing stuff safely. But the downside of the Corona pandemic here has been just depression a lot. And I know that's everywhere, but Japan was already one of the highest suicide rates in the world, especially for first world countries. So I prepared myself. I started, what kind of projects, like what types of new CDs. I know you're saying CDs don't sell, but you can do online stuff, and it's marketing and promotion. What kind of things to video? What kind of online projects can I do it? I started the Patreon project, and it's going wonderfully. If you like what we do, I'm doing a lot of amazing teaching on the Patreon and a lot of artistic stuff. A lot of new stuff's coming out. So look at the link below. If you'd like to become a Patreon supporter, join up. Little as $5 a month. Subscribe here to Mestre Vibes because we're doing it. We're moving forward. Then, the next step for me was what's going on every year as a business owner. Not as a Mestre, but as a business owner. Every October, I get ready for the next year. I make my ideas of where my budgets that I want to reach, goals I want to reach. For example, how many shows do I need to reach this budget, to reach this goal? How many events do I need to pull into the restaurant to reach this goal in sales? How many students and t-shirts and everything do I need to do? I took inventory of everything. I cleaned the academia. I'm cleaning the cafe this week. Everything. From the behind the toilets to the ceiling, air conditioners and heater units because they're dust. I got to do everything. But at the same time, I'm processing what I'm going to do for next year. Why? Because that's all we can do is hope that the next year is going to be better. Why? Because the downside is it's not. And also, guys, the vaccines are out. People are being immunized. England, the United States. I'm hoping that in Japan we'll get it soon so we can open up for the summer. But I've been getting ready. It's not too late. If you feel you haven't done anything to get ready for the post-COVID world, it's still time. It doesn't take a lot. You just need to sit down and think, how can I be ready? Positive, negative. There's no such thing as negative. Look, you can say, do I like the group I'm in right now? No? Make a change. Do I like the teacher I'm with right now? No. Make a change. Teachers, do you like the students? Now you're seeing how students really are. If you've had that one or two students who have just been the most stressful thing possible, cut them. This establishment reserves the right to refuse service to any person. You don't have to keep every student. Oh, but they're going to take other people with them. Then take them. Keep the good students. You don't need bad customers. If you don't like the way you're teaching or things you feel that you can change it. There's still time. Let's say there's still a good 3 or 4 months that we're going to have to be like this to be able to change and improve who you are. It's never too late. I'm already getting ready for my next year's kids projects, adults projects, summer projects. Nobody has said that we're doing anything yet. But do I want to be in May or March and we can say, okay, the vaccine's here. We're going to start planning for summer. And I'm like, oh, I haven't done any planning. It's never too late. Guys, let's get to it. Let's get ready for the post-pandemic situation. They say it's the new normal. We'll see. They say a lot of things. But let's move forward as best we can with a lot of positivity and a lot of hope. Mestre Sucuri, Mestre Vibes. Have a great day.